Hello everyone. I'm going to take a stroll down to the water, try to catch a fish, but the topic today that I wanted to talk about is, man, bass fishing is becoming crazy with all the high schools and colleges and tournaments and sponsorships and pro staffs and everything. It's just a little insane, and it can be very intimidating for people that just want to get into fishing, and with all the lure choices, and man, it's just overwhelming. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about two things, just kind of what to really think about if you're trying to get into bass fishing, and how you should kind of support other fishermen, and how you shouldn't give each other hard times because maybe you do things different, or maybe you eat fish and they don't, or they fish tournaments so they want to release everything or whatever. I mean, we got to support each other, and that comes to the same thing. Mr. Justin Rackley, Lake Fork guy, as you all should know or have found out, that he has some medical issues right now, and it's gonna be a little bit of a nervous road for him. So why not go buy a t-shirt and help the guy out? You can help him out by just buying a t-shirt. So just, why don't you do that? Help him out, help a fellow fisherman out, just like you would supporting a fisherman when they ask you questions, and when they're new to fishing, or maybe I've been fishing my whole life and I still have questions. So don't forget to help support people, help people out. You know, it's gonna make us all better fishermen and a better place to be. So besides that, wish him a quick recovery for whatever he has to do, or hopefully he doesn't even have to have surgery. I don't know, but bass fishing is so crazy right now. What do you do when you go into a store and there's a million things, and then besides that, there's a million different options. People are telling you need this and this and this and this and this and this. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't need half that crazy stuff. You really don't. When I say you don't need all that crazy stuff, you don't need to get into the million different crankbaits, million different baits, million different colors, million different things scheme. If you're just getting into bass fishing, or fishing in general, but let's focus on bass fishing, you need to focus on a few things. The first thing is, get you something that can go on the bottom, in the middle, and on the top. So you want to cover each level of the water. You want a few colors. Stay natural. Yes, bubblegum will catch some fish at certain times, or black with red flake, or June bug, or green pumpkin, or watermelon, or whatever. There's a million different colors out there. What you need to focus on is the general, typical, natural colors, and then expand out from there. Start with your browns, your greens, your blacks, something like that, but stay right there. No need to go any further. I went to Walmart, okay, and I put together a little pack, and I know, guys, and I know a bunch of you are gonna see this and be like, well, what about this, and what about this, and what about this? There's a million different baits, a million different combinations, a million different brands. These are just ones that I think are tried and true, and they will catch you fish. They will get you to know that type of fishing, and then you can expand out from that. So I went to Walmart. I spent, it was 38 bucks, and I got what I thought would cover the bases when it comes to beginning fishing and beginning bass fishing that you need in your tackle box. Let's start on top. Okay, so like I said, there's a million different things you could buy, but one is a buzzbait. Now, don't worry about brands, whatever. You're gonna explore, but go to the store and get you a buzzbait. Mainly what you're looking for is a squeak, and the fish are gonna blow up. But this is used, you cast it out, you reel it fast enough to be on top of the surface, spitting up water, and you're fishing for fish to come up to the top and hit that. And so definitely put yourself a buzzbait in your box, and then staying on top. So I kind of got 2 of each thing, 2 tops, 2 middle, 2 bottom. The next one is, I'm telling you what, I probably have caught more fish on this than any other bait. And there's a few different sizes of these, but the popper is an awesome bait. It's a popper. Just get you a popper style bait. You cast it out, you can reel it fast, pop, 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 pop. Tried and true way to fish it, they'll tell you, cast it out, let it land, let the rings dissipate, then you pop it. Let the rings dissipate, pop it. Okay, so that's one way you can pop it. Just figure out what you got to do to catch fish, and that's what you got to do. So the Rebel Popper, can't go wrong with that. So then now we'll move down to the middle of the road. So it was a toss up between a spinnerbait and a chatterbait, but I tell you what, either one would work. Put a spinnerbait or a chatterbait in your box. You can I guess you could, depending on the blades, you could reel a spinnerbait faster, but you can slow roll these, you can fish them faster, you can fish them straight in, you can stop them, pause them, you can let them go to the bottom and then pull them up. You can do just about anything with these except they don't float, so you're not going to be able to let it float up and then go down, but you're going to be able to fish the middle of the water column with this. You're going to fish around brush and laydowns and all types of stuff with this. So put a chatterbait or a spinnerbait in your box, and then to cover the things that float, a crankbait, preferably a square bill. You're going to be able to do the complete opposite with this. This is a floating, so instead of when you stop and it falls to the bottom, you're going to stop and it's going to float to the top. So you crank it down, let it float back up, crank it down, or like I do, a lot of times I'm just cranking and letting it deflect off things, and that's when you're going to get your bites, is when it's deflecting. So crankbait, spinnerbait or chatterbait, and then you've got the middle of the water column covered. So finally, but this is not to be overlooked, is the bottom. I went ahead and picked up, now this is one place where it gets sticky on how many choices you have, how many brands you can, but I just kind of went to what I went back to what I liked when I was a kid. I loved to open that tackle box and smell some power bait. I mean, power bait, you gotta love the smell of power bait. That smell would make me think of Saturday morning Bassmaster Classic tournaments and on TV and opening that tackle box in the wintertime and organizing my baits, and that smell just brings me back to when I was a kid. And I'm telling you what, the 7-inch curly tail worm is overlooked a lot sometimes now, but man, it catches some fish. It always has and it always will. But don't get crazy on the colors. Just go get you some simple colors, which brings me to a creature bait. Okay, so you got the curly tail worm, you're ready to go. You got your popper, you've already fished the top of the water, you already fished the middle. Now you've already fished your worm, and you're gonna go to the creature bait, the Zoom Baby Brush Hog. Telling you what, this bait is a fish catching machine right here. No reason to go with any other color in this, really. It's going to be tried and true. Green pumpkin's going to catch you fish. So there you are. Now, not like the other ones. The other ones come with hooks. So what you're going to have to do is get some hooks. My Walmart, this is kind of the best to offer. It was the steel, some steel 3/16 ounce. I would probably say 3/16 to 3/8. Probably throw a 1/4 ounce most of the time, but that'd probably be a good weight for you to begin with. And then get you some 3/0 Gamakatsus or whatever hooks you want to get. I don't care what you get, but I would just stick with something like this with the round bend. They got straight shanks, but when you're throwing different types of plastics on the same hook, just go with this. Make sure it's got the bait holder here at the top, the little offset, and you'll be good to go. Those are the baits I think will really set you up for beginning bass fishing and get you to understand how each level of the water works, how to catch fish on each one. And I'm telling you what, you're gonna have a good time. If you go out and buy any of these, tell me how it went for you. Tell me which one produced more for you, what to do, and good luck.